Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. How you guys are doing? Kevin Chan here again, hosting you another one more episode. We're gonna talk about Feng Shui today, and specifically is the combination that is available in Period 9 house, right? Yeah, I know for those of you who don't know, we are in Period 9, right? So, in the world of Feng Shui, every 20 years it signifies one change of a period, and from the year of 2024, which is last year, until the year of 2043, the 20 years is governed by the star of number 9, which is the star of fire, right? So which means that a lot of things is gonna change, right? So as in the priority of stuff is gonna change. The last period was period 8, right? So period 8, the landscape is different from period 9, so as well as the feng shui actually will change, right? So it's basically that is happening, right? So if you bought a new house right now, which is completed after the year 2024, and you move in after the year 2024, your chart will be different from the houses which is around you that is completed prior to the year 2024, right? So you have two different charts, right? So of course the number is the same, we still 1 to number 9. The combination is different. So because of the combination, different functionality is different, energetic level is different. So we are just trying to understand what is the energetic level that is available in period 9, and these are all the combination available. So good morning first to Pek Hui there. I see Winnie Leong also join us today, and there is Kelvin Oi there, right? So how are you guys all doing, right? So we are on the, I think the 4th, 5th, I don't know, 4th or 5th episode. We've done a bit already, right? So come, let's go in and take a look at it quickly. Right, so as usual, getting in touch with me, very simple, either Telegram or you can join the monthly newsletter, right? So which the forecast for next month is gonna come out soon. Writing it right now, right? So, and you want community support, go and join the Facebook page. That's where the community support is, right? So you can be able to get some help there. Hello Cindy, how you doing? Right, so this is all the combination of period 9 house chart for the flying star system. You can basically get this from the internet, right? You just key in period 9 chart, so there will be fairly enough people who have published a period 9 chart. By the way, from period 1 until period 9, all the chart has already been published by people, so you don't really need to go and plot it. Just go find one and use it, right? So and then you just find your corresponding facing and sitting, and that is going to be your chart, right? So and then it's about understanding how to use the energy, right? So all the combination is basically the same. There's only 9 separate combination, and all the 9 combination is always available. It's just placed on different sector, right? So of course, the key to the game right now, what we are playing is that make sure that the sector that has the number that you want to use is available to be used. That's all, very simple. All right, so we're gonna go through some of this, and I'm gonna highlight which are the one that has it, right? So of course, I cannot help you with your house plan. House plan is you yourself need to take care of it, right? So I also cannot help you with the facing of your building, right? So it's up to you how you gonna choose, but the number is there. I can only help you with the numbers, right? So come, let's take a look at it, right? So these are the one that we have done. Number 9, we have done it already, right? So 3, 6, we have done it. 1, 8, we have done it, right? So now I think if we go by sequence, we should be doing 4, 5 today. Right, so how you guys still want to vote for it? Right, so we got 6381547227 and 45, which is not been done, right? For those of you who are online right now, right? So now give me some pick and see which one that you guys want to go next, since it is a menu. Right, by the way, the entire period 9, there's only this many combination available. There's 9 of them. Every single period also is the same, by the way. Right, so 4, 5 look good, right? James, can 4, 5, Cindy? All right, let's go and do 4, 5. Right, so let's go and take a look at 4, 5. Right, so now 4, 5 is very simple. For the current period, we try to avoid star number 5. Right, so in the Xuan Kong system, it's actually pretty simple for you to understand. The further the number is away from the current period, the more the negative aspect the number will basically display, right? So at this current moment, the star number 5 is a what we call very far away type, and the star number 5 is exerting a lot of its negative trait, right? So the star number 5 is a very unstable star, right? So I always call star number 5 as the volcano, right? So the proper Chinese name is called Lian Zhen. Right, so it's called Lian Zhen. Lian Zhen is very fiery. Lian Zhen is actually absolute fairness, you want to call it, right? So Lenten is absolute fairness, you want to call it, right? So which means that the star number 5 no give face to anybody, right? So you want to explode, it will explode, right? So the star number 4 is definitely the star of academic, the star of wisdom, the star of charm, right? So that's the star that usually is used for academic purpose. So Wen Chang Xing, you know, your literally art star, right? So now what happened here is that star number 5 is in a very unstable state. It is very far away from the current period, which is period 9, right? So it causes the star number 5 to be super unpredictable. And right now you got star number 4 is trying to counter star number 5. This is like volcano, or a, you know, very volcano. You throw thing into the volcano, it causes the volcano to explode. It's not a good combination, right? So but anyway, like in Xuan Kong Flying Star system, the star number 5 is always being labeled as the bad guy, right? So that's why every single year we try to avoid the 5 yellow, right? So 5 yellow is star number 5, right? So 5 yellow is the one that caused massive financial loss, is the one that caused massive health issue, is the one that caused a massive relationship mess, is all causes by star number 5. So you can again imagine star number 5 as a volcano. So what happens when the volcano explodes? Whatever that is within the vicinity of the volcano explosion all get decimated. Scary star number 5, right? So of course, you know, that's why we say that, you know, please do not activate. So any sort of attempt to touch star number 5 will cause an activation. So right now star number 4 is trying to counter star number 5. So you can see that this one, the star number 5 is at the facing direction. So now always convention, left hand side is the sitting star, right hand side is the facing star, right? So that's the convention when it comes to reading this, right? So no, unless somebody label it in reverse. Right. So we seldom play around with the convention, right? So always, right? So the facing star always is connected with financial related. It's actually active. It's actually connected with active activity. So when you have the star number 5 in the active activity, you tend to do things in a more irrational manner. That's all only. Star 5 causes you to do things in a more irrational manner. And hence, because you are doing things in a more irrational manner, or in a what we call brass manner, or what we call rush manner, what we call, you know, you haven't even think of it properly, you go and do it, right? So now what happened is that, you know, the decision you make is usually not really that great, and it often causes you to go into a stage whereby you are not able to control it. Right, so that's why, you know, we try to avoid star number 5. And definitely in a house, there's going to be 2 sectors where the 5 is residing. So one sector where the active facing star number 5 is residing, another one more sector is the sitting star that is residing. So we will reserve the sitting star number 5 to the sitting star number 5 combination. So right now we talk about the number 4, right? So the facing star number 5 situation, right? So what is it actually about, right? So now this one, if you guys go watch the show Guak Zai, it was once a very famous show in Hong Kong, right? Main door better to have 8-5 or 1, 8-5, better at 8-5 or 1 or 7. Manual by convention, we try not to use star number 5. You know, anything that is to star number 5, you know, main door definitely you don't want. Star number 7 also in the olden day we don't like it. That's the star of communication, because star number 7 signifies somebody who has already lost the fight. Star number 6 is the one that win the fight. Star number 7 is the one that lost the fight. So the person who lost the fight is begging for his life, so that's why they don't like star number 7. Okay, that's basically what you got. So 1 and 8 is basically much more preferred than 5 and 7. I would definitely avoid 5, right? Because you cannot afford to lose. 7 depend on what industry you're in. So if let's say that you're in lawyer, if you're in an industry whereby communication is very heavily required, then star number 7 is very useful for you. Depend, right? Depend on what you're basically doing. Star number 5 very difficult to use. All right, so now like this particular combination is basically the combination of being gangster. Tribe gang member combination, right? It's a tribe gang member combination, right? So it causes a lot of people to be intellectually intellectually challenged, maybe call intellectually challenged, you can call so, right? So this one is like, you know, causes a lot of gambling. But of course, if let's say that, you know, for some reason you chose a career in the, right, so in the tri-gang line, right, in the olden days, san cha la, robber, right? So, you know, yeah, no, so we Chinese have a story, you know, Leong San, right? So Leong San Park, right? So, you know, you got the Leong San. Leong San is a mountain where a lot of hero last time. So the government military is trying to crack down on this folk hero. So what they do is that a lot of these folk hero run into the mountain and become guerrilla. Right, guerrilla fighting with the government, right? So they fight with the government. So, you know, those people are basically folklore hero. The what we call your gangster, right? So gangster, local thugs is basically local authority, like you want to call them local authority, whereby, you know, there is the main authority, which is the police. Right, so that's the main authority. So, you know, these are people who, you know, whether you like it, you don't like it, the local thugs actually helps controls the rules and regulation, the you want to call safety, the peacefulness of the area. Yeah, they actually does that, right? So they basically do this sort of stuff, right? So of course, you know, again, if you are let's say that for some reason you are a professional gambler. I got friends which is professional gambler. Right, so no professional poker player, right? So you can go and see. There's a lot of this, you know, professional mahjong player, professional poker player, you know, professional whatever player, baccarat player. They are really play the entire game like pro. Like, you know, you can see that show God of Gambler. Right, the particular God of Gambler, right? So Zhao Yunfat one, right? So if you are in those time of career, those type of lines, so again, right, nothing wrong with being in those type of career, those type of line, as long as you bring food to the table for your family. Nothing wrong with that, right? So, but of course, you know, general society does not like those type of career. It does not mean that those type of career are, you know, mega wrong, right? So if let's say that you are in that particular line, you know, so like, you know, if really no choice, you know, you have to be, you know, part of the tribe gang or thug just to get your life going, make sure that your family have food on the table, you know, nothing to be shameful of that, you know, at least temporarily. But just again, society does not like this sort of profession. So that's why, you know, they are frowned upon when you are in this particular profession. So this particular combination causes those type of things, right? So you can see that the gangsterism issue, gambling habit, is basically the ability for you to think and judge is basically impaired. So the star number 4 is in an impairment situation. You are not stupid. Like, for example, you know, gambling actually requires quite a lot of mental power for you to, you know, do gambling, right? So even you know, in a gang related situation, you actually require a lot of strategy in terms for you to survive in a gang environment. Make sense? You are not stupid, but judgment is impaired. Right, somehow, you know, you are putting your smartness into an area whereby you could do better. You could do better, right? So the star number 4 is trapped in this particular situation. So it is tied in together with star number 5, right? So you are not thinking properly. That's basically what is happening, right? So, you know, my advice is avoid. So which means that, you know, because the star number 4 is constantly tied together with star number 5, you can already know period 9, education is going to drop. Okay, this is just general observation, because for the people who move in period 9 houses, their education star is always trapped together with number 5. So which means that the next 20 years, the education level is gonna go down. It's not gonna go up, right? So you can already see it now, right? So right now everybody is using AI. How do you think your brain is going to develop with the overuse of AI? Everything rely on AI. Let AI think everything do. You know, so you're going to lose a lot of capability. You're going to lose a lot of innate thinking capability. Your brain is also a neural link. The what we call the AI also using neural link. Neural link basically means that you put a lot of cases inside. the AI will try to simulate the case and then find a nearest, most efficient pathway to give you an answer, right? So, but it requires very heavy amount of simulation to go. Your brain goes the same way. Your brain, it forms a lot of neural pathway, right? It's every single time you give it an experience, it will form a neural pathway to get to the answer. So the more time you give it the experience, the better it is in handling the neural pathway and getting the answer. And hence, you increase your experience, and faster you think, the better you get to create an answer for yourself. So right now you completely relegate this particular ability to the AI to do. So tell me, your brain got no practice. Your brain basically stopped practicing. And how? So if I remove AI, you're gone case. I understand now. So that's why you can see that the intelligence level would basically be declining for the people who is in period 9. Yeah, right. So if you're staying in a period 9 house, sorry lah, right? So you can become lazier, dumber also can, right? So unfortunate, isn't it, right? So that's why it's actually sometimes better to buy a period 8 house. Right, so period 8 combination is actually much more better than period 9 combination. But here's the thing, you can't change. That's how things basically is. So if you're buying a period 9 house, make sure that this star number 4554 here does not fall into any of the crucial sector. Right, crucial sector here always, is gonna be the door. Make sure this 4554 is not in the door. Right, it is definitely not in the kitchen. Right, so kitchen basically govern your health. So if let's say that you got 4554 inside your kitchen sector, your decision in regard to your health related matter is going to be poor, right? So, and if it's inside your bedroom, then your relationship related matter is going to be poor. So depending, so if it's the door, your financial related matter is poor. So if it's inside your study room, your personal growth related matter or your skill set related matter is going to be poor, right? So so if 45 happen to fall into the staircase, don't care. If you happen to fall into the storeroom, don't care. If you happen to fall into the living room, basically also don't really care too much, right? So those are sectors that is seldom being used. Some people say, oh no, I use the living room. How long can you use the living room? Right, kitchen 5-2 not recommended also. Yeah, definitely 5-2 also not recommended, because the star number 2 anyhow still represents sickness. So you can see that the 5 and the 2, it actually aggravates sickness related matter. So if your kitchen is having a 5-2, your household actually gets sick very fast, a rapid getting sickness. So a lot of time in this combination, they always use the word cancer as a scaring wording to scare you, right? So but anyway, is that it causes you to have accumulation, right? So in terms of health, in Chinese metaphysics, all your problem is accumulation problem, which means that you have been torturing, neglecting your organ cannot function anymore. That's why you got health issue, right? You're stressing your organ, right? So that's basically what it is, right? So these are all the combination inside. So can you see that every single one of them also have it? Doesn't matter which facing you have, right? So doesn't matter which facing you are, you're gonna find that there's gonna be a sector whereby this thing is. So which means that there's actually no escape, no need for you to go through which one is better for me, which one is good. There's no better, no good. Take a look at your floor plan and just superimpose everything onto it. Then you make a judgment whether the place is usable or not, right? So there are certain things that cannot be moved. Right, so like toilet is very difficult to move, by the way, because of piping, right? Especially when you are in a condominium setup, right? Your toilet got a straight pipe one, right? So the sheet pipe is straight down one. Okay, right? So if you try to move that one, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to move, right? So you need to be careful. Like for example, if your house is facing south, so you have the southeast sector, which is the 4-5. So make sure the door is not there, that's all. If your house is facing east, you got the east sector, which is the smack center, which is 4-5. You make sure that the door is not there, the door can be in the northeast sector, the door can be at the southeast sector. Just make sure that the door is not at the smack center. Or maybe you have a house which is a northeast facing house, the east is the 4-5. So make sure that it's either the door is in the northeast or is in the north sector. That's all. It's very simple, right? So you take a look at the floor plan, you put in the 24 mountain, then you check all of it, then make sure that everything is in order. That's it, right? You find a unit whereby the amount of time that you spend fixing the unit is the minimum. That's all you have to do only. Okay, right? So feng shui, don't make it complicated. Some people make it too complicated. They try to buy a house and they try to adjust the house until it fits. Try not to do that unless you are really rich, which means that for period 9 house there will be 2 sectors which are undesirable. 4554, yes, James. Period 8 also is the same. Period 8 got 2552, right? Every single period also the star number 5 is going to occupy 2 sector 1, other than probably period 5 lah. I don't know, take a look at period 5, but I'll be long dead by then, right? So don't really care. I don't think I will survive period 2. Right, so right now period 9 20 years period 1 20 years, you know, just 40 years I will still survive for years, right? So but period 2 is going to be 60 years, not going to be there. For action oriented is to refer to the facing star, not sitting star. Yes, correct, Manuel. For anything that is what we call active, usually is income, right? So it's easier just in income oriented activity, right? So take a look at the facing star. Pretty simple. All right, so no, don't make it. How to plot period 8 chart for my house? No need to plot any chart. Antenna, just go onto the internet and type in period 8 flying star, period 8 flying star chart. They will give you all the period 8 flying star chart. You know, just go and find the correct north facing. Then got it, right? So don't go to. If I'm not wrong, ChatGPT should be able to plot it. If you give ChatGPT, please plot a Xuan Kong period 8 house natal chart using North 1, or you know, you give it the degree, it should be able to plot it for you. Okay, because the plotting method is basically fixed, so I think ChatGPT can handle that one, right? So it's not something that has a lot of variable. Okay, right? Just go and do that, and then you know you have your period 9, your period 8 chart inside your house. Then you know you go and take a look at all of this. Same thing, just avoid 5, right? So it's basically 5-2 combination anyway for period 8. So period 9 is a 4-5 combination, right? So 5-2 combination basically just telling you that this particular period a lot of disease, which is, yeah, the last 20 years is the years whereby you know we have the most amount of disease. Right, so now can you see that the feng shui combination actually already tells you what to expect, right? So that's why period 9, you are more stupid people, unfortunate to say, right? So it's not uneducated, just please tell you first, they are educated, but they are using the knowledge in a wrongful manner. That's all. Right, they are not using knowledge in the rightful manner. They are using knowledge in the wrongful manner. They are not uneducated, right? So some people think that, you know, is uneducated. No, they are highly educated people, but just that in terms of decision making or how they make decision, you know, is I will call it really going on the stupid side, right? So it's going on the stupid side, or not well think of, right? They did not think about the situation in a correct manner, right? So that's why the decision, the quality of the decision that they make is not as good, right? So quality is not as good, right? So by the way, if you see that there is one, you know, I don't know whether, no, this one, right? So which is the north facing. The north facing, you can see that there's actually no 4-5 combination, because the 4-5 combination is at the center. Right, the 4-5 combination is at the center. So center, you would not have door at the center. You also would not have kitchen at the center. At least for most of the house that I know, right? I know some house kitchen is smack at the center, right? Very rare, and I don't think you would have a room at the center. Right, not under normal circumstances, your sleeping room wouldn't be at the center of the house, right? So that's why, you know, the center is basically free, right? So just try the link, right? Just check in and open. I have not used it yet, right? So what link is it? Antenna, right? So I don't know what link you're talking about, but anyway, right? So this one is just to inform you that all the combination is basically available for you to use, you know, right? So I don't know under what sort of circumstance that you really would want to use a 4-5 combination. So just now I give you some example, you know, if for some reason, you know, you want to join the Triad gang member, aka maybe you are a police officer who is assigned to infiltrate a Triad gang, then the 4-5 combination is what you need to use. Right, màu gan tàu lah. Right, màu gan tàu lah. Right, so that's the situation that you use lah. Will you be able to share this chart that you have in Facebook or Telegram? I found some wrongly plotted chart in Google search before. Right. I'll try and convert it and throw it into Telegram for you all. Okay, right, I'll convert one of the page and then I'll just throw it into Telegram for you all. Okay, right, so that you guys can basically use the chart. Okay, right, anything else that you guys want to know about this? Right, so this particular session is usually very short, very short, very easy. You know, it's because the combination you don't really need to understand too much about it. Now, of course, this combination going into the different palaces, it does adjust the intensity. Like for example, on the southeast, so you know that that is basically the home base for the star number 4. So here the star number 4 is actually much more stronger. Right, so it could potentially reduce the problem that the star number 5 is actually exerting. Could potentially reduce, right? So like for example, also if let's say that the let's see, the 4-5 is basically in the north west, right? So it's still south facing house. The 4-5 is in the northwest. So you guys know that northwest is basically the home base for the star number 6. So the star number 6 also will be able to reduce the effect of a 4-5. So if you compare a south-facing house, let's say versus a southeast facing house, whereby the southeast facing house, the 4-5 is landing on a earth element. So earth element, the star number 5 is stronger. So the effect of the 4-5 on a southeast is definitely much more detrimental than the effect of a 4-5 on the south house. Okay, the degree of effect changes as the palaces change, because the palace itself already have elemental energy. You put the other energy inside, it will dial the energy up or down, right, through the counter producing, weakening, strengthening cycle, right? It dials it up and down. But for you guys, no need to bother about this dialing up and down, right? So you won't be using this too much, right? So you just need to know C4-5 run away, that's it. For period 9, a star very same, very far from star number 9. Can it exhibit good traits? Pretty alright, because now here's the thing, star number 9, star number 7 is actually need to be counted. So when you are in a period 9, it's already naturally fire energy, so the star number 7 is naturally counted. So when it's naturally counted, means that it's very difficult for it to exert its negative form. So the negative form becomes smaller. So that's why star number 7 in this particular period is usable, whereas star number 5 in period 9 is actually extended. Earth is produced by fire, so the star number 5 power become extended, whereas the star number 7 effect become more narrow. So that's why star number 7 is basically usable in period 9. And of course, modernization, actually star number 6 is lesser. We right now, it's not very effective to use absolute force on people now. Subtle influencing, which is talking, which is star number 7, is actually a much more better way of doing things. It's just changing of how we work. Maybe one day, we'll go into a period whereby, talking is of no use anymore. We start fighting again. Then star number 6 becomes stronger. Right, like for example, when you go into period 1, you will see that star number 6 becomes strong. Talking not very useful in period 1. Okay, right, so for period 9, that's it. Right, so that's it. Is having the kitchen at the 4-5 area okay? Usually not very okay again. Right, so again, right, 5 basically aggravates stuff. So if your concern is health, and then the kitchen is having a star number 5 issue, then it will basically aggravate that particular problem. Right, so very highly likely you will be having blood vessel related problem. Very easy to get stroke, right? So it's basically blood vessel related. So just be careful of that, right? So if you have move the stove, you just have to move the stove away. Kitchen can be there. No one cares about the kitchen, by the way. Kitchen is just a label. Right, kitchen is a space that you label. It's the stove that is important. So you need to find the correct sector, just move the stove away. That's it. Pretty simple. And even more, I always tell people is that nowadays, you still cook. You don't, hardly. Right? Hardly. So when we talk about cooking, it's like 1 week, maybe 4 days you cook. 1 day, maybe 2 meals you cook. On a 3 meal, 2 of the meal you actually cook inside the house, which is very rare for most people. I know right now might be some weekend cooking fella. Saturday, Sunday, maybe stay home, cook 1 meal. Those are hardly cooking. All right, those are hardly cooking. Right, you hardly even uses your kitchen. Right, so your occasional Maggi mee and coffee doesn't count. So that's why nowadays kitchen not a very important setup unless you tell me that I cook. Your front door is at Southwest, right? Not in this category, right? Too small, can't see. What do you mean by not in this category? Jezel, your house wouldn't be a period 9 house. Okay, wouldn't be a period 9 one, right? So this is why last time kitchen are located separate. Yeah, kitchen last time is located separately. I tell you what, kitchen, no matter which sector you're in, you're gonna affect your health one. By the way, kitchen, no matter what sector you're in. Maggie me not consider. No. Right, 3 minutes using your kitchen, hardly it is. When you are talking about cooking full-fledged, it's really few hours in the kitchen. Preparation, cooking, after cooking, washing, and all those kind of things usually take up 3-4 hours. Unless you tell me you haven't cooked before lah. Right, cooking is actually very time-consuming activity. Right, so of course, nowadays some people recommend using pressure cooker, which make cooking much more faster. Last time anything that requires 6-7 hours to cook, pressure cooker, hey, maybe 1 hour, get it done. Right, so that's why I say that cooking nowadays is very, very different kind of things. Right, so it's also one of the reasons why health is actually declining rapidly. People don't really care about health anymore. Right, so but anyway, that's basically it, right? So now we got the 4-5 all done. Is it recommended you use 4-5 as working space? No, it's not recommended you use 4-5 for anything at all. Right. I would ask you to just basically abandon and change your working space to another space. Working space very easy to change. Move the freaking table. It is not something that's very difficult. Right, so yes, correct. Reminder, my house not period 9. Yeah, your house not period 9. So you got a completely different combination. Right, but anyhow, whatever house, whatever period, the star number 5 is always there. Right, so star number 5 is always there. Star number 5 will only be positive starting from period 3 onward, which I'm long dead by then. Period 3 is 80 years, right? 9, 1, 2, 60 years. Period 3, yeah. Another 80 more years to go, so I'll be long dead by then, right? So don't care. Period 9 house is for recently move in. Yes, completed after 2024, move in after 2024. Which means that if you're right now, you buy any house, it's period 9. You buy any house right now, it's period 9. Can't run anymore. Right? So not about sitting star, facing star. I go listen to your tune. Right, it's fine, Jezel. Right, so guys, take care of yourself. Right, so probably we'll see you again, right, tomorrow. Right, so we have another session to talk about this tomorrow itself. Right, okay, that's it. Bye.